Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Let me make sure that I am where I think I am. Hold on. Nope. Maybe I'm not. There I am. Okay. All right. Terrific. My name, I just want to see if I can see comments. Okay, so my name is Betty Sakosha. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and the team leader for the Power of Positive Inking. It's been a very long time since I've been live, so I apologize, and here I am. I'm trying to work out a schedule where I can be live on a regular basis, and while I work through that, I pop on when I can, and I can today, and it's a kind of a dismal day here in Massachusetts. It's cold. There's no sign of spring. There's so much snow around and apparently a little bit more coming. But it's not going to deter me. I'm here to craft. So thanks for joining me. Let me know if you're watching live, if you're watching on the replay, how you got here, if it's the first time you see me, whatever the case may be, let me know. Leave me a comment. If you're not watching me live, I definitely will go back and check my comments. So today, there's a couple things I want to tell you about, but Stampin' Up! Released a couple days ago. They told us that there was going to be free shipping from today, the 18th, through the 20th. Hey, Laura! So I wanted to give you some a heads up on that because it's not very much time and they didn't give us a whole lot of warning ahead of time. So I'm trying to spread the word. Free shipping, orders over $75 today through Friday. So if you're wondering what you should buy with your $75, I just wanted to give you a heads up that there are a bunch of colors, one that I'm about to use today, that are going away in the next couple of months. So Stampin' Up! Brings some kind of trendy colors in to the crafting market for 2 years at a time. And so this set of 5 are about to leave within the next month or so, a couple months actually. But things generally sell out towards the end of their lifetime, and so these things I just definitely wanted to point out. I am going to use one today. I'm going to flip, whoa, I'm flipping you down before I expected to. I am going to flip you down to my tabletop and show you what I'm talking about here. So these are the current outgoing in colors. They, sorry. Okay, let me scooch over here. That would be Pretty in Pink. By the way, today is Molly Ringwald's birthday, from the famous Pretty in Pink movie. Don't ask me how I knew that. I actually had to look up a fact about today, and that's what I found out, and it was pretty interesting. So Pretty in Pink, very popular color. Peach Pie, Summer Splash, and Petunia Pop. And the 5th one is Shy Shamrock. And the story behind this is I had a team meeting last week, or a shoebox swap last week, where we got together with all the demonstrators on my team, and we created cards using the outgoing in colors. And I will be posting those, I'm not going to show you right now, but I will be posting those at some point to show you. This, honestly, until last week, was maybe one of my least favorite. Okay, the one I didn't use the most is Shy Shamrock. For whatever reason, this green just didn't speak to me. And then last week, I found this color combination because I needed to for my team. Well, I needed to use that color. And Shaded Spruce, also a color I don't use that much, and Shy Shamrock go great together. So the card I'm going to create today is using both of those colors. If there's anything you see, anything you need to get in touch with me about, here's my information, Betty Sakosha at bettyboop.stampinup.net. Okay, so let me get started with today's project. So what I'm featuring is a project. You can see my feet. You don't want to see my feet. Okay, it's a product. It's a project using the Sweet Jar stamp set. It's actually a bundle. It comes with a it doesn't come with, you order the coordinating punch, and I'm going to give you a little tip on that if you're not familiar with that. So let's do, where do we want to start this? Yeah, let's do our stamping first. Let me show you actually how you can utilize this punch that goes great with this stamp set. Stamp set features, I should probably point this out, shamrocks, that's what we're going to use today. Hearts, I will show you a sample that I made for last week for Valentine's Day. There is some candles, so you can you can use this for a birthday. And these here, I thought they were jelly beans, but they actually make cookies, chocolate chip cookies, if you use these two together. So you can make jelly beans or you can make chocolate chip cookies. Choice is yours. And then the jar itself and a couple of greetings that go well with all this. Hey, Renee, thanks for joining me. Okay, so let me show you how you can maximize your stamping and punching. This works for all punches that have two different images that punch out. So this is the cover of the jar and then the jar itself. We currently have a really cute sheep, Woolly Friends, that has a punch that punches out a bunch of things as well. So this is just a sample of how you would use this and what to maximize your stamping time. Hey, Jody. Welcome. Jody was here last week, so she has this card. This was from our stamp. What? I'm showing this backwards. Hang on. This was from our team meeting last week, but I can't think and punch stamp at the same time. Let me show you how to maximize it. So the first thing I'm going to do is to punch my punch on some dark paper. It's going to make it easier to see what I'm doing here. Let me clean off my stamps before I end up with green fingers. Push that aside. Okay, so these are the two images that I want to align. It's my jar and my cover. Do not be upset that this is pink, because it's not going to stamp in pink. It's just once you've used it in red, it will forever be pink. But it's fine. It's clean. So I've punched out my image here. I'm going to take out the two images that I need, putting them face down because I want to put them on my block. So I need the part I want to stamp on my paper here. I'm just going to wiggle it right so it fits right inside of that punched image. I'm going to do the same thing with the cover. By the way, I'm not positive, but I believe, so this also, there was a Christmas set or a winter holiday set that was coordinated with this punch, and I believe it's still available. It may actually be on the last chance list. I'm not positive. But if you go to the link in my website to look for this, I would also take advantage of looking to see it. The other one was called Jar of Joy. Once you have the punch, you might as well get all the jars that go with it, right? Okay, so I've arranged those here. Now I'm going to use my block and pick up my stamp. And now when I stamp this, let me bring over my paper here. Now when I stamp this, it's all on one block. I'm going to stamp it here. And then when I go to punch it, let me move my ink pad out of the way before that's trouble. Can you see how easy that is? Now it just lines right up. This is perfect if you're making a bunch of cards. Boop. Easy peasy. So that works with all of our punches. Okay, let's finish off our jar here. So I'm going to use, there's a background, looks kind of like a blob, but this background I'm going to use in the Shy Shamrock here. We don't need to, let's unzoom you a bit. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to use this in the Shy Shamrock, which is the outgoing in color that I told you I didn't love so much until I discovered how well it goes with Shy Shamrock, which I also didn't love. Oh, see that little blob there? I didn't stamp it well. Well, don't worry, because I'm going to cover it up, and I'm not concerned about it. I'm going to move my Shy Shamrock away. If need be, I can restamp it, but I don't think it's going to show. So now I'm going to bring in the shamrocks themselves. Shamrocks actually are not being stamped in the Shy Shamrock, but are actually being stamped in the Shaded Spruce. And this lines up right on top. If I have done this correctly, it should line up right on top. Oh, okay. There is a little blob there, but I'm not going to take the time to fix that because I have a backup plan for how I can solve that towards the end of this experience. I got some accessories that can help with that. Okay, so let me put kind of a little floaty shamrock in here, and I'll set aside my jar. I'm also going to do a strip of shamrocks across here, but I'm going to put, eventually this is going to be located like that on my card. So I really only need to deal with the outside strip, the outside of the strip. So I'm going to take go back to my, excuse me, my shamrocks. This image has a little bit of a curvature towards the bottom, and you can see that the bottom of the shamrocks are not complete because they're supposed to be lying in a jar. So I'm going to just scoot this down a little bit lower on my strip so that it doesn't look like goofy shamrocks. That'd be a good name of a band, wouldn't it? A good Irish band. The Goofy Shamrocks. Okay. There we go. Perfect. I don't know why I didn't like Shaded Spruce. This looks so pretty, doesn't it? I think it does anyway. Okay. Alrighty. Let me push that aside. I think we are just about ready to put this on here. Okay, so I'm going to put this on. Oh, my hands are already green. You can see there's green everywhere. So this is eventually going to go on here. But to zhuzh it up just a smidge, I'm going to take my blending brush and some of the Shy Shamrock. And I'm going to start super lightly inside of this. When you are blending, you want to start light to begin with, because you can always add more. You can never add less. It's sort of the paper crafter version of measure once, cut twice. No, the other way around. Measure twice, cut once. You can always add more. You can never add less. So that's going to cover right there. It was a little bit dark there. I didn't love that, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to cover it. No one's going to know. Let me pull in some dimensionals. I've got baby dimensionals within reach. They're not my favorite, honestly. I prefer big dimensionals, but the baby dimensionals will fit on the cover, which is what I really want. I'm going to stick this over to the side a little bit. Hey, Tina. Okay, so it's a tight fit, but they do fit. I appreciate Stampin' Up! Giving us dimensionals that allow us to put covers on our jars. Okay, so I'm going to put this as if the shamrocks are kind of escaping, if you will. All right, let's get some adhesive here. And I'm going to layer this on this square here. This design of this card would also work great with circles, if circles are your thing. All right, let's take this strip and also put this on a layer of Shaded Spruce. This really has given me new appreciation for Shaded Spruce. I don't know why I didn't love it for so long. This really is recent. Shaded Spruce has been around a long time, and I didn't like it until this month. Okay, now I want to zhuzh up this layer here. This is going to go under here, and I want to give it a little bit of a, I don't know, a little bit of a look. So I'm going to bring in the brand new Stampin' Positioner. So let me bring this up a little bit to show you how this works. Okay, so this little tool is Stampin' Up's brand new stamp positioner. It is available only if you join Stampin' Up this month. You get this for free. It's a $49 value. Eventually, it will be on the market, but we're not sure when that will be. And right now, if you want it, you can get it for free when you join Stampin' Up. So you join for $99, you pick out $125 or anything you want, and this will come to you for free. So this is not part of your $125. It's a great, great deal. And I highly recommend it if you're thinking, I like to paper craft. This would be an awesome thing. There's lots of things you can do with it. What I'm about to show you is very, very basic. But if you're interested in joining my team, I would be happy to talk to you about it. You can find the link for my website in the description, and I promise you there is no pressure. But it's an awesome, awesome, awesome deal going on right now. Okay, so I'm going to so what I've done, I haven't even explained what I'm doing here. This is going to allow, it's this like little really lightweight thing that's going to allow us to position the stamp exactly where we want it. Now I'm using a background stamp, which generally is not tricky to get a good image, but can be challenging depending on what it is, but I'm going to show you because we made a bunch of these last week. It's a great thing to do if you're making multiple cards. So I've this is the linen stamp. I didn't put that in the description, but I can add that to my description. It's the linen stamp. It's often overlooked, so I don't want you to overlook it. It's a big background stamp and will cover the whole size of an A2 card. So I've positioned this on my platform here. I'm going to take my shaded spruce, so my darker green, and I'm going to just tap it all over this stamp, like so. Get it out of the way. I've put my paper, I've lined this up. You can see we've made a bunch of these, so that's why the paper is all icky. This is, by the way, just grid paper. It's not a permanent thing here. I'm going to put my paper right up in this corner here, right where I've marked it here. And then I'm going to take my inked up stamp. I'm going to plop it on these little spring thingies and just push it down. That's it. Pick it up. What? Pick it. That was horrible, Betty. Okay, luckily, that was a really bad demonstration for how to do this, so I apologize. Let me put that back. This may come out really bizarre because I'm not sure that I actually am positioning my paper the same way I wanted it. But we'll see. We'll see. Have no fear. Well, there's a lot going on there. I'm going to do one more of these. That doesn't make me happy, so I'm going to do one more. I apologize. Reaching right in front here. I'm going to grab my paper, restamp this to get my ink everywhere. Okay, it's live TV. Anything can happen, right? Okay, there we go. I promise you this works better than I am showing you right now. Okay, there we go. That's much more what I was looking for. So kind of a linen look that I got going on here. I will then just peel this right off, run it under some water and clean it up that way. But back to the card here. All right. Oh my goodness. Betty. That's all right. That's all right. This actually is not exactly what... Oh my gosh. Yeah. This is, yeah. Oh, Betty. This is all over the place. That is not even what I meant to do. If I could rewind what I have just done here, I absolutely would. But since I cannot, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to move forward. This actually is a second layer. This is the shaded spruce. It's darker than what I wanted it to be and now has linen all over it, but that's okay. And then this was the first one I stamped and it came out funny, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm also going to add this on here. So don't worry. Don't worry. It's all going to be, I'm going to flip this over. That way I won't have that layer on the back. Oh my goodness. This is the day. Oh, Renee's husband is watching this whole thing and he's just like, what the heck? Well, how is this possible that this person has been stamping for 25 years? Yes, 25 years. I just had my Stampin' Up! Anniversary, my Stampiversary. This just goes to show you, anybody can do this. If I can do this, anybody can do this. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so now I've layered these 3 layers on here, or layered these together. I'm going to put this, see that little zhuzh in the middle there that may be bothering you? Have no fear. I'm going to cover this up with my belly band there. Or not my belly band, but my little strip for the middle. Let's get a bone folder here. Fold that on there. And there we go. All right, now I'm going to cover that. This strip that I made goes all the way to the end of the card, so it's further than the green layer. That's any of the green layers that are on there. It's going to go right across there. Now, where have I put my square? Oh, perfect. Okay. So this, I'm going to use dimensionals. I'll pop these on the back. You know, before I do that, let me add one more shamrock. Because I offset my jar. Let's see, as if this is flying out of the jar. Perfect. Okay, now let me put dimensionals on here. Look at dimensional backs everywhere. Oh my gosh, it's like it's Monday. It's not, it's Wednesday. Okay, so let me plop that right there. Okie dokie. On the inside of the card, I'm going to add a few more random shamrocks. And I'll show you some of the words that come with this stamp set that I will eventually add. You could put in sending a little luck your way. You could have, I don't know. That's probably what matches this card. So that's probably what I will put inside. But do you remember this? Zoom back to remember when that was my only error on this card. That little blob right there that was kind of bothering me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some gold sparkles. I believe these are on the last chance list. They may actually even be on sale. I'm not positive, but these are called the loose gold sequins, and they are loose and gold. And the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to put my glue right on my, like where there's a problem, and then I'm just going to find some random spots along the sides to put a few more, and then I'll use my Pick-a tool. I like to use the putty end. It's interesting because I recently heard somebody say they've never used it. They never use the putty end of their pick-a tool, which I just find crazy talk. I love the putty end of my picky tool. All right, so I'm just putting, there's 3 different sizes in here, so I'm just picking a few different ones. Ah, down you go. Let's see, how about down here? And then one more. What about a big one right up here? Okay, there we go. All right, now that finishes it all off. You wouldn't even know all the errors that were involved in the making of this card, right? There we go. All right, so just to recap, I'm going to clean all that up in a minute. Just to recap, free shipping is going on today, tomorrow, and Friday. Free shipping orders of $75 or more prior to adding in any coupons that you might have gotten from last month, or using any of the rewards that you should be using as you place orders. So that $75 has to happen before or after you've applied all your coupons. Does that make sense? Okay. I just wanted to point out that the outgoing in colors will start to be selling out soon. So I would, if you've got the ink pads, make sure that you have the ink refills, and you might want to stock up on some of the card stock, as it will be unavailable once it is sold out. Sweet Jar is what we use today. I believe Jar of Joy is also available online. Like I said, I'm almost positive if it is available, it is in the last chance list. But it coordinates with our jar punch that I showed you how to use, so that you were able to maximize just stamp once, punch once, and maximize your stamping time together. And then finally, the stamp positioner that I showed you. Perhaps I didn't sell you on it, but you got to believe me when I tell you that it can do so much more, and it's really a good tool. I just didn't show you that, and I apologize. In any case, that's what I had to share with you today. Let me flip you around one more time. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for making it all the way to the end of this video. This was a lot today. I apologize. I will be trying to find a time that I can be on more consistently. When I'm on more consistently, I promise I will be better at this. But feel free to reach out to me should you have any questions. Any questions about the free shipping, any questions about joining Stampin' Up! This month and getting the positioner for free. I would love to talk to you about it, and I promise there's no pressure. And clearly, anybody can do this. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Bye.